which is a very significant defense initiative that we have, and that demonstrates our long-term commitment to the Indo-Pacific. The exciting development for us as well is that we have a carrier strike group that is about to come to this region. In fact, aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales sailed from Portsmouth just yesterday, and it will proceed to join a formation of warships, supply ships, aircraft, and nearly 4,000 British personnel will support this deployment over 8 months. It will start in the Med and then shift to the Indo-Pacific, again a demonstration of our long-term commitment to the region. It will be an opportunity to conduct not just a major deployment, but also to exercise complex operations alongside partners and allies in the region. And while we do not expect that the aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales will come to the Philippines, we do expect that there will be some vessel that will be coming to the Philippines late summer as part of this deployment. Amidst growing geopolitical uncertainties, we remain committed and constant in our commitment to peace, stability, and to fostering an open, inclusive, rules-based international order governed by international law principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and peaceful resolutions of disputes. And as the Philippines has time and time again, we too have reaffirmed UNCLOS as the legal framework that governs all activities in the oceans of the sea, and recognize that the findings of the 2016 arbitral award are binding on both parties to that dispute. And we have made that clear time and time again when there have been incidents and dangerous incidents, in particular in the South China Sea, through some of my tweets and at times statements coming directly from London. Aside from the diplomatic toolboxes that we have in expressing concerns and setting out our positions on these issues, from a programmatic perspective, we've done a lot on maritime security, and that includes everything from maritime domain awareness, training on international law of the sea, work on hydrography in Manila Harbor in particular, support to the Coast Guard, work on illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing, and a bunch of other issues.
The intent is that we can understand better how to work alongside forces in the Philippines. We're not there to defend your sovereignty, but we support your sovereignty insofar as you need that support. Every 3 to 4 years, NAS came to the region in 2021. What we learned from our last time is that with HMS Queen Elizabeth, is the key thing is we have to be responsive and flexible to events. And so there's a wonderful military phrase, no plan survives contact with the enemy. And therefore, they have planned out the first half of the mission of the voyage to be able to get as far as, to go down to her first port of call, her main kind of destination, which would be Australia. But on the way back, what they want to do is to keep options open. And that'll be partly because geostrategic events might get in the way. It's an operational group. There are around 9 vessels all in all, including a submarine. And the point is that we're not there just to be an exercise or a demonstration. Those vessels each have a role to play, which could come into play if we need it, if things change. And that means that the moment the UK would prefer to go, well, let's see how the first part of the voyage goes. And then what we'll do for the second part of the voyage is, as we know we're coming towards the port that we wish to engage with, we will then do some work to rebuild that up. So I think the advice at the moment is watch the space, and we hope to be able to give you more advice as we go through the year. When she comes through, the one thing that had been promised is that the carrier group will spend a little bit more time in the Indo-Pacific region. Last time she spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean and the Middle East. This time they want to spend a bit more time. But other than that, the Royal Navy has said this is an operational deployment with the aircraft flying off the carrier, with the ships going into port at various times, conducting port visits, joining in exercises. There are exercises in the region such as Passana Lima that the carrier will engage with. So those things are something that we and the ambassador will want to keep an eye on, to make sure that when and if we do get a touch point, as the ambassador said, with the group here in the Philippines, that we can really maximise that opportunity. Because we really want to. It's a big deal for the Defence Attaché, big deal for the ambassador, because it's a brilliant way to showcase what we do. But at the moment we can't make any calls and reports on the exercises. We've already conducted a joint sail, our first one with the Philippine Navy. We've been doing things in quite gradual steps so that we understand how each other's systems work and how the culture works. In terms of building that capability, we are using the other exercises that are ongoing, including Sama Sama, because exercise Sama Sama is designed specifically to build knowledge of the Philippine Navy with other countries. So we're not going to commit at this time. It's a very valid thing to ask. What we do build into our port visits is always what we call a passenger sea, which is the ability to have our ship operate with the Philippine Navy. To answer your question about maximising the multilateral maritime cooperative activity, that is probably not. It's something that one day we aspire to, but at the moment we do not commit to those things. What we're doing is concentrating on building our bilateral work with the Philippine Navy. So yes, ship comes alongside. If we have a